Hey people, it is Monday, May the 8th. Time is 5:13 in the afternoon. It's currently a very pleasant 18 degrees Celsius. And I'm approaching the corner of George Street and Richmond Street East. And here on this corner is a very well-known local diner, the George Street Diner. It's a bit of a landmark in the neighborhood. It's open for lunch hours mostly. As you can see, it's not open right now. But it has a very long-standing tradition of good diner food. And it was also the location used for a popular movie starring Daniel Radcliffe called The F Word, where some scenes were shot inside the diner here. I'm going to make my way from the diner to the dogs in a kind of a roundabout way. And when I say the dogs, I'm going to swing by the Brooksy Park dog fountain. Just out of curiosity, I'm not sure if they have turned on the fountain yet. I don't think they have, to be honest. But I'll take a scenic route before we get to the dogs. I think it's definitely time for them to turn on the fountains. Toronto tends to lag at doing such things. I noticed that the fountains have been turned on in Yonge Dundas Square, so if those ones are on, why aren't all the rest of the fountains on? And this is Jarvis Street. So I'm gonna cross over and I'll make my way down Lombard Street over there. Awkward crossing situation here. And the Monday rush hour is in full swing. Alright, so let's head west down Lombard. I've walked past the street in a number of recent videos and keep looking down thinking I haven't done a proper walk along Lombard Street in quite a while, so I thought today's the day. It's just sort of a minor street heading east-west. Only a couple of blocks long, really. It does provide some nice views looking towards the financial district. And it has some pretty decent density as well. It makes for a nice urban sort of feeling. And that tower will be rising up to over 40 stories when it's topped out.
Yeah, kind of a shop.
I think this is called the Saint. And it's one of a number of skyscrapers springing up along this stretch of Church Street that we're just about to cross here. See, another one across the street is still a hole in the ground. They just have the crane showing any sign of future building so far. Unfortunately, there are no buildings tall enough to block the sun from this location. We're almost at the end of Lombard Street. Victoria Street is just up ahead. And this leads us right to the passport building, as I call it. This is where you come downtown to apply for a passport or renew your passport, which I have to do, by the way. My passport is expired. This is Victoria Street. We'll just head south to Adelaide. West down Adelaide Street. So we'll cross here, and just over here is Toronto Street. I thought maybe I'd just take a walk down Toronto Street. It's always fun to walk down Toronto's namesake street. Another very short street, even shorter than Lombard Street. I like to call this the Adelaide Canyon. And here's Toronto Street. We're now in Old Town Toronto, as you can see. Toronto was founded in 1793, but with a different name. It was founded as the town of York. And it didn't become Toronto until 1834, I believe. And Toronto Street here was lined with imposing historic buildings, some of which still remain, as you can see here. If you look at old pictures of this street from over 100 years ago, it's quite the beautiful block of structures. And it's just a block long, really. It's the King Edward Hotel, terminating the view. Some motorcycles and an imposter motorcycle. Seems to be the two-wheeled vehicle parking location here. Another two-wheeler. And King Street. It's always easy to cross King Street. It's a transit priority corridor, so car traffic is somewhat restricted. And speaking of car traffic, I think that person probably violated the rules of the road along King Street. You can only travel one block before having to make a turn onto one of the side streets. You can't continue on along the length of King Street if you're in a vehicle. PJ O'Brien, it's an Irish pub. I was last walking past here on St. Patrick's Day. There was quite a crowd of people milling around. This is Colburn Street. This is another kind of short street as well. I've been walking along all these short, stubby streets here so far. This one just runs between Church and Yonge. And Yonge Street is the next block up. So now the dogs in Brooksea Park are just right over here, but as I said, I'm going to take a bit of a more scenic route before I get there. So look north at Victoria again. Sidewalk closed. As I like to say, in Toronto, no sidewalk goes unobstructed. And we've emerged onto Yonge Street. And common sight here on the streets of downtown Toronto. Both the gridlock and the construction. I'm gonna go. So I'm going to continue west for another block along yet another short street. This is now Melinda Street. This is only about a block long. This will take us to the Commerce Court Courtyard. This is a good location for skyscraper geeks such as myself. We're firmly in the financial district now. And this doesn't bode well for the dog fountain. This is another fountain that is obviously not turned on. So I'd say the chances of the dog fountain being turned on now are probably less than 10%. This is quite a nice one though when it is turned on. Enhancements underway. And here's Temba, mother of elephants. Another look at the skyscrapers all around. And her babies. Not a very flattering view of the trio. And this will take us out to Bay Street. I think Mondays are the quietest day in the financial district now. But as you can see, even on a relatively quiet Monday, there's still a fair bit of activity. It's not dead by any means. But I think more people than not choose to stay home on Mondays and work from home as opposed to coming into the office. We're at Wellington Street. We got some musical entertainment here. It's playing Moon River. Good job. And for once, I'm walking in the same direction as everyone else along Bay Street. I usually find myself walking against the grain at this time of day. Everyone is heading to Union Station to hop on their GO trains or GO buses, the commuter rail system in the city, and bus. This leads straight to the Bay Concourse, the Bay Teamway, which connects to the Bay Concourse. So here's Front and Bay. Dominion Public Building, this large historic structure. And over there is Union Station. Oh, somebody got yelled at.
I'm on the 26th floor. Dude, every time you take the elevator, my ears start like popping with the altitude. And I'm just like fast. Then that's the fastest elevator I've ever been on. It's like 26 floors.
These new traffic enforcers were recently implemented all around downtown. There were some before, but they added more. I think 14 more have been added to try to combat all the congestion that's been plaguing downtown of late. Alright, so now we're going to make our way east to the Fountain of the Dogs. The dog fountain. Fountain de Canine, whatever you want to call it. The Hockey Hall of Fame. And crossing Yonge Street for the second time. This is the St. Lawrence Market neighborhood. This is where. And I can see already that the fountain is not turned on. Not that I'm surprised. When, oh when, Toronto, will you turn this fountain on? Seems like I'm always expecting it to be on way before it actually comes on. See, wouldn't this whole atmosphere be all the better with the fountain actually in operation? Well, I guess I'll have to just make another video sometime in the hopefully near future to come and check it out when it is turned on. Well, I made it from the diner to the dogs. I hope you enjoyed the walk. Well, I did. Quite lovely. I might stay outside for a while and walk around some more after this. Leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts if you did enjoy the walk or if you didn't. Either way, any comment is good interaction for the channel. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already, that is. And also be sure you hit that notification bell, that way you won't miss any of my videos. And if you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal, as well as via my merch store. And there's also a super thanks button right down below if you'd like to support the channel that way. And you can also find me on Instagram under KContinuum. So thanks for watching, and be sure to keep checking back because, as always, I will continue.